Hi DVC fan, Paul and Amy here, and today we are going to show you a refurbished 1-bedroom at the Copper Creek Villas at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. All of our content is brought to you by the world of DVC Resale Market, where you can buy and sell the perfect Copper Creek contract, Monero Financial, who can help you finance that contract, the DVC Rental Store, where you can try before you buy or rent out your unused points, and don't forget about our discounted tickets, unlockedmagic.com/DVCfan. Copper Creek is undergoing a soft goods refurbishment, and by the time you see this video, they're probably going to be very close to getting done. And what a soft goods refurbishment means is that the soft items like couches and bedding, usually rugs or carpeting, upholstery, are switched out. So some of the things like the tile and the kitchen, those will remain the same. For this refurbishment, it didn't really need a whole lot. Copper Creek looked really great to begin with, but we did get the addition of the Murphy bed along with some nice soft good changes. Let's discuss points for this 1-bedroom villa at Copper Creek. We are in July on a Thursday. For tonight, we paid 34 points for this room. This room does go for as high as 54 points, but you can also get it as low as 25 points. Coming into the front door here, there's not a whole lot of like drop zone entry space. One thing I want to point out is I love this floor. It is a good design. It just really ties in everything. But if you look behind Paul, there is what I would consider your little entryway cubby. Really beautiful storage cubby with some shelves, drawers, and some hooks. Right here at the entrance, we also have a large closet in the hall. And then this closet is kind of divided here. We've got space with our ironing board. There's even a broom and dustpan, as well as a laundry basket. On the other side, we've got hanging space, your safe. You've also got a luggage rack and then some extra pillows and blankets. On the other side of that closet is where you're going to find your washer and dryer. Every time we look at this, we think it's a giant barn door, but it does not move. You've actually got a small little slider door, pocket door from inside there, but this is going to be your washer dryer stackable unit. This particular one bedroom is a corner room, so the layout that we show you might be a little different than what you see from other one bedrooms at Copper Creek. I'm having Paul pan around and want you to see what is going to be the main focus of this refurbishment, which is the addition of the Murphy bed. So we have a beautiful couch here, a Murphy bed that pulls down into a queen bed. Also in the living room, we have a nice accent chair here. This does feel really fresh. I'm not sure if they reupholstered it, but it is looking good. They did redo the curtains, and loving the tree pattern as well as the little moose that you can see. And then next to the Murphy bed, we have a nightstand. This is where you are going to find your Hey Disney device. The coffee table in this room is on wheels, so it moves around very easily to open the Murphy bed. And then it does have some additional storage inside of it. And then over on the other side of the Murphy bed, there are 2 outlets to charge your devices. Pulling the Murphy bed down, we do have an inside light, and then love the Brother Bear artwork. This is a very underutilized IP for Disney. When we have the Murphy bed down, I do want you to see that this is a little bit of a more cramped space here, especially since the coffee table has to go somewhere. Now, we are in a corner, 1 bedroom area, so it is laid out a little bit differently, but Copper Creek rooms overall are a little bit smaller. Across from the Murphy bed, we have our smart TV. Underneath the TV, we do have a lot of extra charging space. And then under here, we've got our dresser. So this is going to have a good amount of storage space with 6 drawers. Next to the living room space, we have a good sized table that can fit 6 people. And then we've got more charging over there on the side above the table. We've noticed that the seating bench has definitely been reupholstered, and as well as the chairs across from it. And then there is a large storage drawer as part of this bench, and it does go out and out for kind of a while. Not much has changed in the kitchen, but it honestly didn't need it. It looks great still. We've got our dishwasher, and then you're gonna have everything you need, dishes and wine glasses in the first cabinet. We've got some plates and bowls and mugs and other things. And then we've got our sink down here. And then underneath here, you're just going to find your dish drying rack. Across from there, we have our full fridge. Above it is just an empty storage space. And then our fridge obviously has a full freezer, and it does have an ice maker as well. Moving further down this galley kitchen, we've got our oven range and microwave. And then next to that, we noticed that the rooms did get the upgraded Keurig Duo. One thing we've noticed about this kitchen is it has a lot of storage space. For example, we've got some really deep drawers here, you know, just for some silverware. The one that made me laugh is this drawer that's got 4 utensils in it. You could probably condense those and use these spaces for something else. One other thing that we love about it is it almost has like a pantry / drop zone here, because it is right where you walk in the door, but great space to store snacks and anything that you buy as well. And then it is important to note that your trash is actually going to be located over here, where you will pull out the trash and recycling bins. We're in the main bedroom. We have a king size bed with a huge wooden headboard that kind of sprawls over into the end stands. And then we've got a platform bed, so it does have space underneath for your luggage. One thing I wanted to point out is behind me, you've got this kind of artwork, and it's actually shining through from the bathroom. So we'll also see that on the other side. On each side of the bed, we have 2 lamps, and then attached to the headboards, we've got some lighting controls. Those actually control the can lights above the bed. Underneath of that, we've got some charging, and then there's a nightstand on each side that has a little bit of storage space. One thing that Copper Creek did really well is that it does incorporate those little Disney touches, the little Disney IP, but it's not in your face. It's a little more obscure and you kind of have to know to find it. So as an example with the art behind me here, we have a ticket to the Carrollwood Pacific Railroad, which was the railroad in Walt's backyard at his house in California. And then the moose that were also on the curtains in the living space, there's an silhouette outline of one here, and that's from Brother Bear. Across from the bed, we've got all of our storage. So we start with basically like an armoire here instead of a closet. So this is where your hanging space is going to be. There's also a drawer on the bottom. And then next to that is going to be our dresser, and that's got 6 pretty good size drawers. Above the dresser, we've got our smart TV. And then next to that, we do have a desk writing space. It's got charging on both sides of it. And then this does look like it has been a newly upholstered stool. We've also got this giant full-length mirror, and something that Paul pointed out is that even though this is actually not a very large 1-bedroom, it does give the illusion of space with the use of mirrors. We've got mirror here and there, just lots of mirrors throughout. Unlike most of the 1-bedrooms that we filmed, this one actually does have its own door that closes off all sections of the bathroom for privacy. So when you first walk in here, we've got our soaking tub. It is a bubble jacuzzi tub because it has the little pinholes at the bottom. And then we've got our wall that kind of carries on with the beautiful artwork. Also in this part of the bathroom, we've got a large mirror with lights, and then a beautiful, I love the countertop, and I love the black sink and fixtures, but we've got a lot of countertop space here in this bathroom. And then you've also got some storage space as well with some drawers and cabinets. Since this is a split bathroom, we've got the second room, and this is where you are going to find your walk-in shower. This is one of the heaviest, thickest shower doors I've opened in a long time. But we've got our walk-in shower here with the pumps and a rainfall shower head, as well as a regular detachable shower head. And then there's a little tiny stool there, which I love when they have that amenity, because that's really important for anyone trying to shave their legs. This room is also where our toilet is located, and then we've got a second sink, not as big as the one in the other bathroom section, but this one still has a good amount of countertop space and storage space. Off of the master bedroom of this 1-bedroom villa is going to be one of your balconies. We are up on the 6th floor, which is the highest floor on this side. We've got a beautiful view of Bay Lake and the main pool for Copper Creek. The other balcony for this 1-bedroom villa is off of the living room space. You can see that the balconies, while not connected, are right next to each other, and they're visible from the other. Both balconies have a chair and a small table between them. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for joining. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the DVC Fan YouTube channel, join in the conversation in the DVC Fan Facebook group. For bonus content, sometimes we go live like we just did a little bit ago. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/DVCFan. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram @The DVC Show.